Big welcome everybody, Janette here from Case Flower School. Now we're always getting questions about foliage, people having difficulty purchasing foliage or kind of wondering what foliages can they buy, what can they use it for. So I just have a selection of foliage here in front of me. Now we buy in our foliage because we use quite a lot here at the school, and obviously sending the foliage out to the students. Sometimes we get the foliage sent from Holland, depending, like if we're using asparagus ferns on our module 3 for our bridal students, I possibly send out the Dutch foliage, as in Dutch asparagus fern. But when it's on module 1, do you know that way, and they're doing like flower arranging, I normally send out Irish foliage. Now there is a company based in Ireland, and we're all about promoting Irish, and they're called the Irish Green Guys. Absolutely amazing name, and hopefully you'll remember it. It's kind of something clicky about that name. Now I'd really appreciate, because obviously I'm doing this video, I can't actually type on the screen. So if somebody could maybe tag them in the comments below. I know there's a lot of our students are great about doing this and helping me out. So just put the @ sign and then Irish Green Guys, okay? And then you can pop over to his page, follow him on Facebook, follow him on Instagram. He's an absolute character, do you know that way? And if you have any questions, you can post your questions on his Facebook page or his Instagram page. He's great for getting back to everybody. So what I have here is a selection of eucalyptus. And this is what a bunch of eucalyptus looks like when you purchase it from them. There's 10 stems in that bunch, there's 10 stems in that bunch, they're all different varieties, 10 stems in that bunch and 10 stems in that bunch. And when you go to his website, you'll have to go and Google it, Irish Green Guys, you'll be able to see photographs or pictures of all the different varieties, and they'll have all the different names for them. Now the great thing about his bunches, okay, is you know you're getting 10 stems, but all the stems will be roughly the same height. So if you're looking for 60 centimetre or 80 centimetre, I don't know what length these are, I'm only guessing by the way, or 45 centimetre, you can specifically pick out the ones that you want. Now one disadvantage, okay, of this company is that it is a wholesaler and it is strictly trade only. So it's not for the general public to just go in and buy. But the thing is, Irish Green Guys supplies a lot of flower shops all over Ireland, but believe it or not, all over the UK as well. They actually have a depot in the UK. So if we have any florists watching in that are based in the UK, definitely go and follow the Irish Green Guys. The name probably put you off, you know that way, you probably thought, this, I wouldn't be able to buy it in. And you know what's mad, is he actually sends a lot of his bunches of greenery to Holland, and then some gobshites in Ireland buy it off the Dutch sites, and it all has to come back to Ireland again, and they're going to pay an awful lot more. Instead of just buying Ireland, buy Irish and buy it in Ireland, you know the way, it probably worked out a lot cheaper. Again, for the UK students, he has his own depots over there, so again it'll be delivered from the depot all over the UK, England, Scotland and Wales. So again, contact them if you have any questions. But for any of the general public that's just looking for a bunch, okay, that's not really possible. He does have that you can buy small quantities and they're not one bunch, you know that way. So again, if you were just kind of like a general consumer and you had a one-off and you wanted to buy a small quantity, you would be able to do that. But if you were just looking to buy a bunch of eucalyptus, you're probably better off going to your local flower shop. And all the flower shops like sell bunches of eucalyptus. And if you go into a flower shop or a garden centre and they tell you that they haven't got it, tell them to order in from the Irish Green Guys and get it in. Or again, hopefully we have a couple of flower shops or garden centres watching here at the moment, and feel free to collaborate here. Like, why don't you put your links in the comments below and just post up that you sell bunches of eucalyptus or the varieties of eucalyptus that you have, or whatever it might be. Like over the last couple of weeks, I've been posting lots of tips, you know that way, about how to prolong the life of eucalyptus, how to have a fabulous scent in your house, about making little bunches, having little bunches for the showers, you know that way. And if you have missed any of these, why don't you subscribe to our YouTube channel? So we have our own YouTube channel. I think we're up about 12,000 followers at the moment, and every week we post a brand new video to it. So if you subscribe to it, you'll automatically get a notification to say we posted a new video. And our videos could be information videos like this one, but also class videos, so if you want to learn how to do it. The smell of the eucalyptus is absolutely amazing. And even to just get a branch of this, just lay it along the top of your radiator or have it over the fireplace in a vase, you know that way. The scent, once it gets the heat, I even find here in the school, and it's not hot here in the school, the scent of the eucalyptus is amazing. And what's very much on trend at the moment is the general public is buying mixed bunches of eucalyptus, you know, that way. So again, if you happen to be a flower shop, don't be afraid to get in and make little mixed bunches, you know, the way, wrap them in a bit of brown paper, twine, hessian ribbon, etc. People absolutely adore them. Or again, if you are the general public, you know what I mean, don't be afraid to go into a flower shop and look for a bunch of eucalyptus. Especially for somebody that has maybe been unwell for a while. The smell of eucalyptus in their house will definitely give them a lift. And anybody that's suffering from blocked noses, sinuses, colds, coughs or flus, like the smell of eucalyptus in the house is absolutely amazing for clearing all them blocked noses and sinuses. Another item that I have here is laurel. Now some of you are going to laugh and say, oh my God, I can't believe that people buy laurel. But like when we're doing hotel and event, you know, like wedding decorations for churches, etc. Sometimes it's hard to forage, and I know a lot of you are probably saying, God, you have loads of laurel in your garden. If you have, put the air code in there and I can pop over, I can get some myself. But otherwise, we can buy it in. So this is what a bunch of laurel looks like, you know, that way. There's 5 stems in them bunches, but they work out a little bit cheaper than the other bunches. And again, you can buy it in different lengths. So it means if we're doing really, really tall arrangements and we need to get the extra bit of height, you know, that way, we're able to use the laurel. None of this foliage has been conditioned or treated yet, but Irish Green guys over on their website, they have a blog. And there's loads of information there about conditioning and treating foliage and prolonging its life. Or again, most of you that follow me on a regular basis, at this stage you probably have signed up to our free online program on the conditioning of treatment of flowers and foliage. So we have over 60 different tutorials showing you exactly what to do to particular flowers or what to do to particular foliage to prolong its life. If anybody hasn't yet signed up, it costs you nothing, do you know that way? If anybody hasn't yet signed up, why not in the comments just say that you'd like a copy of the link, and when we're responding to everybody later on this evening, I'll put the link in, and as I said, all you need is an email address and a password, and you're set up and you have access to it 24/7. But the foliage that I have here, I've just unpacked it out of the box, so I haven't actually treated and hydrated it yet. And one of the foliages that I have here is Senecio. And some of you might say, oh my God, that looks a little bit kind of like, you know, and it does look dehydrated. But that's because I haven't conditioned it yet. But I will come back on after I've conditioned it tomorrow or the next day, and I'll show you what it looks like. This is a beautiful foliage, and especially around Christmas time, like you just get that silver or kind of white snowy effect. And the opposite side of the leaf, it's nearly like kind of a velvety kind of flocked feel to it, you know, the way it's absolutely beautiful. And this is amazing in wedding work. So if you have a bride and she's looking kind of for more of a silvery kind of foliage, you know what I mean, and mixed in with eucalyptus, it's amazing as well. Or even if it's a colour scheme in people's houses, and their houses are more that kind of grey theme, which is very much on trend, still is on trend. I know Deirdre has a grey kitchen. Again, this has kind of a grey hue to it. So Senecio is the name of it. You'll always see the back of the leaf, by the way. You know what I mean? That is kind of like the attraction of it, is that we can see the back of the leaf, and again, with a little glow of kind of like the sage green on the inside. And speaking about sage green, again, it's another popular colour, you know, like for bridesmaids' dresses. I'm just kind of a little bit of a bend there, just so that you can see it. But I will come back on in a day or two, once I've revived all this foliage, and give you a look to see what it looks like. In the meantime, if you have any questions at all, just post them in the comments. I see loads of people asking about the suppliers. So the supplier for the foliages that I've just showed you there is Irish Green guys. If somebody can tag them for me, I'd really appreciate it. Put the @ Irish Green guys. They're based in Kerry, but they also have a depot in the UK. They also export the greenery to Holland, so anybody that buys in from the Dutch suppliers all over the world, you'll be able to buy the Irish foliage as well. The best of luck, everybody, and thanks for listening to me.